Oh snap, suit up lads and ladies, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. We got some more drama, some beef out there in the Valorant scene that everyone has been talking about between a pro player, the CEO, as well as the president. We're talking about 100 Thieves Valorant player, that being Boostio, who went on a rant nearly a week ago now, but it keeps on going viral as more and more people react to this and give their 2 cents. Boostio, while live on stream, which I will say, I think a little crazy to do this live on stream with all of the things he said, basically complaining about all of the hours he has to do content-wise for 100 Thieves on top of scrimming and competing for their Valorant roster, and talking about how they can kick him from the roster if they want, and he might be done with content and getting a little burned out, among other things.
Tony, no, I don't. No, when I think about it, no, I don't want a server time. I did content for 3.5 hours. Why did I even consider it, man? He crossed, bro. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude, I did 14 hours of content. Dude, I did 14 hours of content 2 days ago, and then I did 4 hours today. Monday, I did 2. And then on the 25th, I have another 4-hour shoot at 7 a.m. 100T does not want us to win, by the way. 100T does not give a fuck if we win. They do not care. They actually don't care. It's just content. No, trust me, they don't give a fuck if we win or lose. I mean, what pays the bills when you're content? I mean, dude, Infamous, I get it. I'm just saying, they don't give a fuck. Nothing they can say to me. How would I get in trouble for saying that when I'm doing content for 30 hours in a week? While scrimming 6 hours a day. From Monday of this week to Tuesday of next week, so 8 days, I have 2, 14, 16, 20, 25. I have done 25 hours of content with I'm gonna be in the 8 days. 25 hours of content with scrimming 7 hours a day or 6 hours a day. I just want everyone to think about that. 25 hours in 8 days, and then 6 hours of scrim a day. I'm trolling about that, but doing content for 25 hours is fucking terrible while practicing. I don't know. They are definitely burning me out, though. Like, I was fine this year, but, like, I'm definitely feeling burnout now. Same country roads I could. I work 13 hours a day in mine. Yeah, that GT, that sucks, bro. I have been, technically, if you count streaming, I've been practicing for 6-7 hours and then streaming for, like, 5 to 6 a day. While doing content. I don't know, it's fucked, chat. Just worked a 70-hour unpaid shift. I would never work a 70-hour unpaid shift.
And a lot of this, of course, not going to get too much sympathy from the regular viewer out there because we already see esports players as having, you know, maybe easier careers compared to a working job. You see it a lot in content creation and streaming. Regular people jobs like to be compared to that of content creators and streamers. The same could be said for esports pro players out there who are oftentimes, Boostio included, paid a lot of money to play video games, which I will give credit. Boostio as well mentioned this during the rant. It kind of just gets drowned out though by all the other crazy things he had to mention.
Yeah, I mean, dude, chat, I know I work a fucking easy ass job. Trust me.
I need a gun.
Trust me. I know I work. I know I work a piss easy job. It's just like practicing and then trying to stream and then doing content. It's just not possible. Like, just doing content is just so AIDS, dude. Like, content is just the worst shit in the world. Just so boring, bro. And it just takes up your time. Easier, harder it is. Still a lot of hours. That's true. I mean, people have their own experiences. I personally have never worked a real job, so I can never understand what it's like to work a real job like a lot of people. Like working fast food as a server, working like construction, working in an office. I'll never understand it. But just for the job I have had, which is a pro player, it still can be a fucking lot.
Rush.
I mean, yeah, Roy, the thing is though, is like I could provide for fucking a long time without having to do this content shit. Like if I really wanted to, I could just say just say no. And
are they leaving?
Like
Sure.
it would be what it is. Like
in.
they could just like drop me or just accept it.
3C.
Like, they could just drop me or accept it and like.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, are you talking to me?
Watch out, CT.
Yeah, you can't compliment these guys.
I mean, like, as a pro player, you could be weird and just say, like, I'm not gonna do it, and I don't think, like, Like the org could just cut you, but if you don't care, then like it doesn't matter at that point. But I just don't want to make people's lives harder. But I definitely at some point I'm just gonna tell them, no, I'm not doing it. Like you can cut me or I'm just not the guy to do it.
And so that was that. Initial responses for me is there's a reason why you don't see a lot of players doing this live on stream. I don't think typically organizations would be very appreciative of paying your salary. And certainly, I think one big note is every team wants you to win. All right, that is the ultimate end goal for many esports teams out there. Even one as Thieves, as seen as a hoodie organization, they want you to win because that's the best case for everyone. So for him to say like just blatantly, Thieves does not want us to win, that is a crazy thing to make against your team. And of course, it made enough waves where Nadeshot himself gave response to that exact line and everything else included.
When I hear Boostio say that on stream, brother, listen, the only things that I've ever told Boostio is how badly I want to win. Now, me personally, compared to what the content team, production, and just 100 Thieves as a whole is asking from him, look, I don't think Boostio is going out on this stream and like over-exaggerating. I mean, maybe could he be? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't doubt that he actually feels this way in some capacity or another.
And Nadeshot also making note, he's not near as close to the operations as he once was. If you guys have missed the rumors and stuff going on in the past few months with 100 Thieves, they've had a presidential shift. It's now actually going to be Jacob Toft Anderson, has been in esports for a long time. Ever since I first got into esports, I knew about Jacob. He is now the active president over there. Now Nadeshot is more of a kind of a front-facing CEO or kind of just playing a face role. He's not necessarily in the office all the time, certainly more of a full-time streamer now and doing incredible things as a content creator and streamer, which means he's more hands-off on the esports and player side. Again, I think that does make sense. He does admit that, but also saying, hey, like I've told Boostio, I'm a phone call or a text away. He's always available for a conversation directly, player to him, if they wanted to.
Yeah, I just don't know where all the hostility is coming from. I really don't. I mean, listen, I haven't been in the office, gentlemen, straight up, but...
They're gonna draw me or accept it and like...
Yo, listen, man. Yo, straight up, I'm just gonna let you guys know right off the rip. I don't even know how things... We're in June? We just got back from Shanghai? I don't even know where the fuck all this is coming from. All right? Again, though, I'm not as prevalently involved in the day-to-day as I was last year or the 7 years before that. Boostio, you gotta listen to me, brother. Before you pop off saying all this shit on stream, just send me a DM, brother. Just send me a DM, say, yo, we need to talk. I've got some concerns. Let's walk through it together. Because for me, this don't help me at all. Like, I know what you'll probably say. Well, you're not in the office. We don't see you. I'm always available. And I told you that at the dinner. I've told you that before a handful of times. Like, the only thing that I care about is this team winning.
And a point that Nade reiterates like 3 or 4 times throughout this, I would say what seemed to be the only point of contention that he almost got upset about was when Boostio was saying that Nadeshot 100 Thieves don't want them to win, because Nade has reiterated several times that's all he wants them to do is win, because trophies matter for them and any team out there. And another major point out there is we have Boostio, who is looking at, I wouldn't assume that he is lying as he's counting and going through a supposed schedule on a screen, talking about how he has, 25 plus hours of content in an 8-day period, maybe even more than that. And that does seem pretty extreme for a pro player. I know you can do the hour-to-hour breakdown of a regular work week is 40 hours. Most people work in 50, 60 hours a week. So yes, he technically could do this with 6 hours of scrim prac per day, along with travel. It's a lot. Like 25 hours of content a week for a pro player, it sounds like a lot. And so that was one thing that people were like, is that true? I think even Nadeshot had to check with other people at 100 Thieves, because I think they were even willing to admit, if that is true, it seems a bit high. If it is not true, or even if it is true, where's all the content that is supposedly being recorded, right?
Here's the problem, though, with players, just more broadly across esports. The rigorous schedule that he just laid out, saying 14 hours this day, 4 hours this day, another 2 hours that day, there is nothing that we do from a partnerships perspective that requires that much time commitment from our players. We have always kind of conformed to our players' schedule and have really, truly tried to make winning a priority at 100 Thieves, because, like, to me, that's what I care about. But we do have to be able to pay for salaries. We do have to be able to pay for the employees that support the players and support the teams and support the entire organization. You know, I think the venture wave of funding in esports has given players like a very different perspective of what esports was like. And Boostio, I think, has been around for a decent amount of time, but money just doesn't grow on trees, gentlemen. Like, we have to do things for our partners so that they can write checks, so that we can write our players checks. You know, I think all of the hype around these like valuations and the capital raise for all of these teams really gave everybody a very different perspective of how a business is actually ran. Okay? And there has never even been a conversation about dropping Boostio. So I don't know why he gets on stream to talk about all of these things, especially because him and I have a great rapport. Like, I thought we have a pretty good relationship. You know, I was obviously closer with like past iterations of the teams that we've had because I was in the office pretty much 3, 4, 5 days a week. But I think if you're coming here to find some clickbait drama, I certainly could lean into it. It'd probably be the best thing for the org because drama just sells like across the board. But I think Boostio and I and Jacob, our president of 100 Thieves, we just need to have a conversation because clearly he feels very strongly about the fact that his time is being wasted. But at the same time, man, there's things that I can't talk about. There's things that I can't talk about. But at the end of the day, like, content is something that is a necessity for teams to be able to afford to provide for our players, for the organization as a whole. It just, there's no other way around it, man.
And throughout this as well, Nadeshot does not get heated, although I was kind of hoping for it. This was also during Nadeshot doing a 24-hour stream where he found out about this. So grade A content for us. Maybe not so happy a moment for him, but did not get all too heated because even himself giving credit where it's due to Boostio and his personality. Like, when it comes to Boostio and North American Valorant, there's a few people out there that kind of have a, you know, make a stop and actually make a wave and make you want to watch more. And I think that is someone like Boostio, and even Nadeshot recognizes that. So after all of this, you have Boostio, who is seemingly complaining about the number of hours he's having to put into content and everything else as a pro player. Also acknowledging that, yes, he has an easy job compared to most people out there, but he's feeling burnout and fatigue from having to do so much content, taking away from what, you know, maybe he wants to do as a player, which is focused on winning. And then you also have Nadeshot, who's like, hey, at the end of the day, like, yes, you need to do content because the reason why you're being paid the amount you're being paid is because of that content. This is a common thing talked about in esports, like players who don't want to do work outside of playing. But right now, the sustainability in esports is you need players who can do outside work, you know, outside of the server more than play. That's just a simple fact that a lot of teams are struggling with is how do I pay someone just to play a video game? Right now, we really can't. We need personalities as vocal and vibrant as Boostio doing more work than that. And hence why we pay you so much.
Like, bro, we won North America stage 1 or whatever the fuck that was. We won the playoffs to get to Shanghai. And then we got 4th place at Shanghai. And let me say this, it did not impact our sticker sales or our in-game bundles at all, right? And yeah, we're there. The team, by performing well, certainly created more added value for our partners that were on the jersey. That is something that we could go back to the partnerships team and then approach the agencies and then the brands themselves that we're currently in contract with and be like, hey, here's all this engagement, here's all this added value. You know, maybe can we cut out some of these other deliverables that you asked for? But this is not a problem that cannot be solved. Now, I do think it's unfair for Boostio to approach the conversation in this manner. I don't know of anybody that works at 100 Thieves that would ever be like sharp elbows and a dickhead or a piece of shit about getting honest feedback from the team and the players. Like, this to me is just getting blown out of proportion, and this is just Boostio trying to feel some type of therapy. Oh, thank you so much. You can leave it right there, Jackie. Oh yeah, you need the keys? Here. Do I feel like it's unfair for him to talk like this on stream? Yeah. Wait, where did the clip originally start again? See, that's the only thing that would make me want to tee up and fucking
They do not care.
Go blow for blow with this guy. That's insane, bro. Yo, Boostio, you know that's fucking insane to say something like that. I'm sure from your perspective, like, you're not going to say something like this if you didn't actually feel it. That actually hurts. But I understand, man. Emotions run high. Clearly, you care about winning just as much as I thought that you thought that we wanted to win. That's the only thing that, kind of gets me kind of tight, is hearing him say that. But again, that's out of passion. I'd rather have somebody that has strong opinions than no opinion at all. That's God's honest truth. Like, when somebody has a strong opinion, I think that's, in general, a very, very, very good thing. Make an example, this is bad. There ain't no need to be making an example out of nobody, man.
And this got so viral, even the president, like I talked about, Jacob of 100 Thieves, now taking this to Reddit to respond to all the ongoing stuff, saying, I can nip this in the bud and clarify that we always try to accommodate players' schedules and balance their work-life balance as best as possible. Matt's a former player. He's referring to Nadeshot here. I'm a former player, and competitive results will always take priority for us. Sometimes there's a perfect storm of obligations across various stakeholders. In this case, a short time frame to squeeze in a Riot asset day, some partnership deliverables for 100 Thieves, and our regularly scheduled content pieces that we always do. Ideally, we would have addressed this internally and found a resolution that made everyone happy, tweak the schedule to optimize for competitive performance, which I think we already have to an extent. This is not dramatic at all, or at least does not have to be, and a part of what I love about Keldon's personality is that he's always incredibly passionate, which in this case came out on a live stream. And even more so, I'm not intimately familiar with what their content slate has been in the past couple of weeks, but I'm in the process of chasing it down internally, and so far I assume that's what he's referencing. I can't for the life of me imagine that we've asked for 25 hours of content shooting for 100 Thieves in the span of 8 days. Even for us, that's wild and definitely warrants a complaint. And I think that's really well worded on a situation that I think esports and gaming, we love to see this. All right, I don't think at the end of the day this is a big deal. It was a bit crazy, at least in my opinion, of Boostio to say all this on live stream. But then you have 100 Thieves responding and saying, if what he's saying is true, it's warranted. So I think it's a pretty good response, probably going to be handled internally. And at the end of the day, it just makes me want to watch the guy even more. I don't have like ill will against vocal players out there. If you want to complain all you want. I'm just not going to hold it against, tit for tat. It's good. All right. These kind of discussions have to be had in the public, and sometimes, well, I guess they don't have to, but sometimes they are. And that is the Nadeshot Boostio drama. One last clip for all of you, of course. The man, the myth, Zelus, had to give his 2 cents on this, and he had a lot to say in a full video on YouTube, but I'll give you a general gist of where he sat on all of this.
I mean, maybe, could he be? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't doubt that he actually feels this way in some capacity or another.
Skip to 58 minutes. Nadeshot, he says you can drop him, he doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, that has to
accept it.
Drop me or just accept it.
Yeah, I just don't know where all the hostility is coming from. I really don't.
Like, he has to okay, he has to be trolling, right? Like, that has to be troll. That has to be troll. Wait, isn't it kind of ironic that he said this, then they lost? Because then it even looks worse. Like, at least you did the content now, because you lost to an 0-5 team. Like, like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Bro, I don't understand. 100 Thieves gave him the keys. 100 Thieves gave Boostio the fucking keys. They got him out of EG. They got him his own head coach. I'm sure they picked the fucking add-ons to the roster. Like,
listen, I've been in the office, gentlemen. Straight up, but
I like how Nate talks.
Yeah, Roy. The thing
I feel like him calling me sweetheart would like make my day.
Is like, I could provide for fucking a long time without having to do this content shit. Like, if I really wanted to, I could just say no. And
Are they leaving?
Like,
I'm not sure.
it would be what it is. Like, they could just drop me or just accept it.
I hate that. I like Boostio, but I fucking hate that. I hate that shit. That tilted me. Hearing that actually tilted me. Cause that just sounds like a whiny little bitch. That on God just sounds like a whiny little bitch to me. Like, bro, go then. Go fucking go provide for however long. Go provide for your family for however long, bro. That to me just sounds like a whiny little bitch. On God. Like, that actually tilted me.
3C. One more.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, good aim, Viper. They could have draw me or accept it and
What the
yo, listen, man. Yo, straight up, I'm just gonna let you guys know right off the rip. I don't even know how things. We're in June. We just got back from Shanghai. I don't even know where the fuck all this is coming from. All right.
Yo, how far is? Because this was today. He watched this today. How far is he into his stream, bro? Imagine being Nadeshot, like, yo, hey, I'm about to do a 24-hour. Shit's about to get lit in here. Let's go. Boom. 2 hours in. Dropping Boostio. Call it a day.
And I think that's important because Zelus is also a content animal, and Sentinels also rely heavily on content. So I think where he's coming from makes a lot of sense. When you talk about personality and players, you think of people like Boostio and Zelus, and that's a guy who's been trucking. I mean, that guy will sell a bundle to a homeless man on the side of the street if he could. You know, he will do whatever it takes for Sentinels, and you need a player like that who's willing to grind it out in their younger years, because these opportunities, this job will not always be around. I think at times he was a bit harsh on Boostio, but even then, Zelus says he likes Boostio. You know, some people just take it a bit too seriously. So what do you guys think about the Boostio 100 Thieves Valorant drama? Till next time, hope you guys all take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week, all right? And we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.